Hey guys, Kamal here, and back with another video. So if you saw one of my videos, it was solving Rubik's Cube 100 times. Of course you would know that I'm able to solve it now. I'm not very good at it, but I'm progressing. And I wanted to show the method that I use, the algorithms and whatnot, of how I solve the Rubik's Cube. It's really easy. I'm going to try and explain it as best as I can. So if you get confused, just comment down below, ask some questions I can answer. And yeah, let's get started. Okay, here's a cube. I'll explain to you the algorithm. It can be used for every scramble. There's like a common misconception that, oh, with a specific scramble, you have to do specific algorithms. No, there's several algorithms you can use, and you can use any of them, any one of them, for any scrambled cube. And I use this one, which is basically the beginner's method. So you want to keep your eye on this, the white center, okay? You don't have to really start with the white center, but that's how every cuber started off, with a white plus. That's what we're gonna do. So we look around, and oh, right here. So edge block, white edge, white edge, white edge. And we want to put it up here. Okay, and also make sure that you don't disturb the position of where it's at. Okay, so just like this, since at the bottom. One, and I don't want to move the middle, because if I move the middle, then it moves the white center. Okay, so you would want to turn like this. That way it has a good opening. Same thing with that one. Turn, make sure it has a clear way without disturbing any of the cubes, and there we go. Now this part isn't very tricky, but as a starting off, it's kind of confusing, but stick with me here. The color on the side of the white edge must match up with the center color. So like how this white has a red, it matches up with the red. This white has a green, it matches up with the green. This white has a blue, but it does not match up with the blue, which is supposed to be here. And we can't just do that, because then all the other colors are messed up. So what you want to do, since these are the two that need switching, just do this, that, put this one back up here, turn, then put the white center or white edge back up. Then you can see that all of the edge pieces should line up with the center colors. Now we want to start matching up the corners, putting up the corners. So let's just take this for example, white corner, and whatever color it's touching, you want to bring that over to that color side. So like this, here, let me just show you, just right there. So you would know where this goes. It needs to go here, because the color that it's touching matches with the colors on this side. Okay, and you don't want to just move it up here, because that would move this white edge. Move that white edge out. Move the corner up, and put the white edge back. And you want to repeat for all the other corners. Now there will be trouble ones. For example, this one. Okay, so this one is at the bottom. It's like the complete opposite of where it needs to go. So what you need to do, there's an algorithm that's really helpful for the rest of the cube. You look where this belongs. So it's a white corner with blue and orange, and you want to find the blue and orange sides. So there's blue, orange, the white corner must go up here. Okay, so you turn it so it's right on top of where it needs to go. And then what you do, this algorithm is really helpful for just basically a lot of things in the cube. So it goes like this, okay? right goes up, top, left, right goes down, top, right. Like that. It doesn't get it immediately, but because you have to repeat that move. And eventually, you keep putting it, doing the algorithm. Eventually, the corner will get to the spot it needs to go to. For ones like these, this one's much more simple. Since you can't really just put it up there, you just want to move it out of the way and then fix it afterwards. So like this. That way, so when you turn it, it doesn't disturb these. Then put the side back up, and then you will be able to solve it normally, just like the other corners. And there's another one. Now the algorithm that I show you, it's also the same for the left. Well, just inverted, mirrored, if you will. So left side goes up, top, like that. Side down, top, like that. Okay. And eventually, you'll get one side. Okay. Now, once you solve the white side, you need to count all the blocks that you need to do. So that's just the second layer of blocks. This second layer. You just want to count the blocks that you want to put in. Okay. So that one is already done. Okay. Then there's one that I need to fix. 2, 3. Okay. Now I want you to get up and walk over to the pool table room. Now what you want to do, you want to take the Rubik's Cube, go to a pool table, put it on the pool table, and just get anything to block the cube from rolling too far. You'll see what I mean by that in a little bit. And then take your cue stick. You don't need to chalk it or anything. You just need to hit it lightly, like this. Okay, now it's gonna turn into a ball. Now what you wanna do, you wanna take it to a sink. All right, and now you wanna turn the sink on. Just warm water, really low, you don't want it too high, okay? Now what you're gonna do, you're gonna put the ball in the sink. Okay, you don't need to see where it's lying. It just needs to be in the sink, somewhere in the sink, so it doesn't really matter. And you wash your hands for 30 seconds. Okay, now after those 30 seconds, you go over and dry your hands, okay? You want to make sure you dry your hands, understand? That's really important, okay? Now go back to the ball, and you may notice that it is now a pen, as a matter of fact, okay? And then you go over to a piece of paper, and such as this one, all right? It doesn't matter what piece of paper it is, just as long as it's blank, okay? You can take a scratched piece of paper, like some old work, and just write on the back of the work and whatever. So for me, I'm gonna tape it up on the wall to show you what it's gonna do. Okay, now you need to hit the pen onto the paper like this. Okay, so this should show up. All right, let me just bring this a little closer. Okay, now if you can see that, this is the Pythagorean theorem. Right, and this is a right triangle, even though it's not indicated by the usual square. But you don't need that there because you should already assume it is a right triangle because of the Pythagorean theorem. All right, and now what we're gonna do is solve for sine, cosine, and tangent. So that's SOHCAHTOA. TOA, like that, up here. Now for sine, which is the so just any of these two angles right here. I'm just gonna do this one, okay? I'll call this one B, and the other ones are A and C, okay? Sine of B, so sine is opposite over hypotenuse. So take the opposite of B, which is 2, over hypotenuse, over square root of 13. So 2 over square root of 13. So, and that's the sine. Now we go on to cosine. Just write it as cos, like that. Cos of B. All right, and cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse. So adjacent of B is 3. 3 in hypotenuse is square root of 13. Now we go on to the final one, tangent of B. And that's opposite over adjacent. Okay, so opposite is 2 over adjacent is 3. So tangent of B is 2 over 3. What you want to do, you want to underline all of this and sign your name in like really fancy cursive. After you sign your name, you want to go over to a chair, okay? Just any chair at all, like this. What you want to do, you want to toss the pen onto the chair. Now stand back a little bit because this one is kind of unpredictable, but like you don't know what object comes out. But based off of the object's texture, will determine what you do next, okay? So, okay. Oh, okay, we're lucky. This is a beanbag, right? And it's really soft. So what you want to do, you want to go over to a couch and put the beanbag on the couch. Okay, now since it's a soft texture, it's going to make you illiterate right when you put it on the couch. Okay? So now I can't read, like at all. And here's what you need to do. You go onto your phone and go on Safari and look up the dictionary. What should pop up is a word of the day. Once you see the word of the day, you should gain your literacy back. So after you gain your ability to read again, you go over to your dad and ask for some candy. Once he says no, the Rubik's Cube should pop up in your pocket. Dad, can I have candy? No. Alright, so he said no. Now, when it comes out of your pocket, it will have the second layer solved already. And this is how you do the last layer. Take the Rubik's Cube, you look at it, and then you solve it how it should be solved, like this. And then once you get that, of course, you do this. And then, last but not least, for this section, of course, do that. Doing it some more. Then eventually you should get to this part and then do these last few steps, which is super simple, by the way. And then boom, you should have it solved. Thanks guys for watching my video. If you have any questions, just comment down below. I'll explain anything that you need explained. And yeah, that's how to solve a Rubik's Cube. Thank you.